We are back with Mayor Ed Bolt talking about the capital improvement plan for the years of
2025 to 2030. We had some help.
Yes, we did. So
Yeah.
to 2030. And now we are going to be speaking about the widening of 45th Street right here in
Yeah.
Shawnee. And Ed, I think a lot of our community is aware of that project going on. However, can you tell us a little bit about when it's going to start and what part of the street can we be aware of construction on?
No, I think those are great questions. It's actually been going on for a little while. Now, when I say that, people probably scratching their head, but the parts of the project that are underway are things that you don't necessarily see. So there was all like design work, engineering work, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And now we're in the phase where you're doing the right-of-way acquisition. So we have a third party that we hire that goes and visits with all the folks that own property, and then they look at, paying them, so they negotiate with each one of them on the acquisition of the right-of-ways. And that will take a little time to do that.
Yeah, that seems like that would.
But, if you go back to the capital improvement plan that you and I have been talking about, and I'm so grateful that we've been able to do that, if you look in there, and it's on page 99 of the printed copy, it may not be online, but it'll be close. It'll be close. So if you look, and it's under the Fund 302 and Fund 303 project tab.
Yes.
And so when you get to where they start, listing them individually here, 45th Street widening phase 1. So that's what they're working on right now. This fiscal year, we have $4,680,000. That's a bunch.
It is.
For that project. And then next year we've got $4,580,000. Now, what that entails, it may be that's the money that's being set aside to buy the right of way. It may be doing some of that engineering work, design work, but those are the sorts of things. So it's not like you're going to see somebody out there with dirt moving equipment, working on the project. So right now the plan is it'll start at Leo Street and they'll go about to like Union. Now that could change.
Yes.
I mean, I have heard from folks that they'd really like to go from Leo all the way to Harrison, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
But let me tell you, road projects like this are extremely, extremely expensive.
Yes.
And I think, again, the estimate that somebody came up with prior to the 2018 vote was way under where it should be. And it's going to be more money than what
kind of like what we saw for the depot, where it was kind of just, it was budgeted a lot under what it truly was.
Without a doubt.
Yes,
and this one I think would fall in that same category. So it is what it is. I can't deal with what happened in the past. All I can deal with is what's going on while I'm on city commission. City staff is well aware of this. City staff, I think, is doing a really good job of dealing with it.
Yes.
So this project is underway. I know we're all going to be very excited when 45th Street gets widened. It's definitely going to make things easier to get through there. But when we're doing it, it's going to be a painful time.
Exactly.
But when we get on the other side of it, I think we're all going to be very pleased. And not only just from a traffic standpoint, but from an economic development standpoint. 45th Street is going to be a very busy street. I mean, don't be surprised if, in your lifetime that 45th Street's going to look a lot like, say, the businesses on Kickapoo. I mean, be that kind of busy.
I believe it. And
I have no doubt.
Yes, and all of the weekend traffic that visits into Shawnee coming in from the highway, it'll be so accessible. So please just give our community some patience as the 45th Street is widening. However, the 3 years, 4, I'm just looking off of the plan. How long do you think the construction will take?
Depending on the length of it, what they decide to take off in the first bite. I mean, it could be a couple years. I mean, this will not be a short project.
No.
And to go all the way, you know, we're hoping to go from Leo, and I think we're talking about going all the way to Bryan.
Yes.
So, you know, that could be several years.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so it's always good to inform the community and our citizens, just to let them know that construction is happening, but it's good construction and great things are happening. So the first initial project will start from Leo to about Union, and then we'll see potentially more expansion after that in the years to come.
Right.
And so that is an exciting project for Shawnee.
no.
We all know the construction. We will all be having to deal with it for a few years, but that is okay, and we are excited for the progress. Thank you so much for that
thank
information.
you to the voters, because they're the ones that, you know, passed the 2018 sales tax,
Yes.
which is, you know, going to do a lot to get this going. But another thing, we've been talking about the capital improvement plan. It is in there. And if you look in there and you see what's being done every year and you have questions, all you have to do is call the city manager's office and say, hey, I see $4.6 million in the 2025 fiscal year budget for 45th Street. Could you give me more detail on what that entails? And they will be happy to do that. Absolutely happy to do that.
Yes, they will. And as Mayor Ed Bolt said, he is happy to meet with anybody and go over it with them in person, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you again, Ed, and we will
happy to help.
Yes, and we will see you next episode.
Absolutely.